morning, everyone. We're here this morning to discuss Destiny Marlowe's IEP program. Um, Before we begin, I'd like to explain just what the IEP is. An IEP is an individual education program. This program is provided to students who are eligible to get special education services under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, which is the IDEA. An IEP is an individualized education program, which is a written outline of the student's needs or um abilities, um, annual goals. The IEP will list any specialized services or supplemental aids that will be provided, accommodations, modifications that will be provided to the child. Also, the IEP is a written contract basically for the parents to have to show accountability that Destiny is receiving the services that she should be getting. Before we start the IEP process, I'd like to first introduce everyone here today. My name is Juanita Henley, and I am the special education teacher. My job would be to work with Mr. Franklin, the general education teacher, to make sure that the general education curriculum is differentiated in a way for Destiny to understand. For is basically a way that I can break down the general education curriculum to specialized curriculum in order for Destiny to meet and attain certain goals that she's trying to reach. Um, to my left is Mr. Franklin. He's the general education teacher, and basically, he is specialized in all subject matter: English, math, language arts, science, social studies, all the general education curriculum. And he's here today because Destiny will be placed in a general education setting so he can provide us with information about the curriculum so that we can then take it and specialize it just for Destiny. Also here today is Mr. Ambrose. Mr. Ambrose is the school psychologist, and he's here today to evaluate any, and to interpret any evaluations that Destiny may have taken, explain to us what the results are, and what that means for Destiny's placement in special education, in general education classes. Um, it's our duty to make sure that she's placed in the correct setting so that her goals are achievable. So if she's being placed in a general education classroom, the evaluation will help us see what her level of performance is, as of right now, and where we want her level of performance to be um, throughout the year. Also here with us today is Mrs. Williams. She's the representative from the state representing the school district today. She has knowledge of general education, and she also has access to any special education services that Destiny may get. Um, she has the ability to get those services and acquire those services for Destiny and to make sure that those services are being carried out in the school setting or in any other setting where Destiny will be throughout her school career, as long as it has, as long as it applies to school. Also here with us today is Mr. and Mrs. Marlowe, Destiny's parents. Um, it's very important that you guys are here today, and I want to thank you for being here. Um, you guys are the forefront or the pillars that holds this whole structure together. You guys know everything about Destiny. You're the experts about her abilities, her needs, her moods, her behaviors. Any information that we need to know, you guys are the ones that we go to acquire that information, because that information helps us create in Destiny's individual education program. And the main goal here is that we fully support Destiny so that she can reach those goals and achieve her goals. And together as a team, um, we come together and make decisions about where Destiny needs to be, educational, as far as education, socially, emotionally, but without the parents, um, an individual education program would basically be invalid. if you guys did not attend this meeting, because you guys have to be involved in the decision making. It's very important that you guys are involved in the placement of where your daughter's going to be. Um, any evaluations that we get. If you don't agree, you have the right to um, file a grievance and have a due process meeting about placement for Destiny. Any outcomes of the evaluations that you guys don't agree with. So um, I'm grateful that everyone is here today. We want to do the best we can for Destiny, and providing support to help her achieve her goals. So once again, thank you for being here today, and let's continue with our meeting.